2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Welcome, everyone. Let's get ready for some NBA payday.
Kevin, thanks very much.
Portland is indeed one of the great cities in the NBA. David, thank you. And the Clippers starting five. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Marcus Morris. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then it's Paul George. And it's Beverly in at the one. And for the Trailblazers, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Whiteside is out there with Anthony. And it's Ariza in at the three spot. Beverly for three. And it's Whiteside with the rebound. And a wide-open look for McCollum. Drains it from beyond the arc.
And McCollum has done a lot to improve his impact on the defensive end. Very active with his hands and how he challenges shots.
Well, the blocks numbers last year jumped up a bit. That's kind of a nice indicator of what you're talking about, GA. And he just doesn't get tired. And if he can give some more on the defensive end like he's shown, it's going to help out the team.
Morris. No good that time. Good work defensively by Anthony. Fires the three. He can't hit that time. And the Clippers will come the other way. And Beverly kicks to Leonard. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Oh, you see the touch inside from Leonard does a little bit of everything for this basketball team.
Now, here's Lillard. Ariza passes to Lillard. Trailblazers keep it alive. Kicks it out to McCollum. Ariza has the open look. His three-pointers off the mark. The Clippers have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. George passes to Morris. And here's Beverly. George, that's a two-pointer. Ariza with the rebound.
Well, if you believe in the numbers, that mid-range shot is not a high-value shot, even with little or no defense on you.
Whiteside, good.
That's just pure strength and size from Whiteside, just a Hulk out there. It remains a matchup problem for basically any roster to try to match up physically.
Now, here is Morris. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. And Beverly kicks to Zubac. Morris trying to free himself up. Good work defensively by Whiteside.
Still searching out their offensive game right now. 1 of 5 from the field to start this one.
Shots good by Anthony.
I know CJ plays the two-guard position alongside Lillard, but he does have point guard vision, and that's a great find.
Here's George after the made shot from Carmelo Anthony. And here we go. Trailblazers with a fast break. Here's Ariza. Off target from three-point range. Clippers trail by 5. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Zubac the pass to George. And stolen by Whiteside. Here's Ariza. It's good from long range.
Oh, great ball movement there.
And here's Beverly. He brings it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Here's George. Zubac trying to break loose. And it's George missing. Trailblazers leading by 8. McCollum dishes to Lillard. Over Beverly. And good. As it just snugs right down through the net. Well, it seems like every year, Greg, we see some incredible new players come to the NBA. And they are welcome with open arms. Their style of play is so terrific.
No doubt about it. You know, guys like Ja Morant, I think he's got a chance to be one of the greats. And any list about the future of the NBA has to include Luka Doncic. I don't know if there's a better basketball talent than that young man. And, you know, let's not forget about Devin Booker out in Phoenix as well. A terrific, terrific player.
3 terrific kids, you're right. And they pick up 2.
The strength from Patrick Beverly is impressive. Takes the punishment. I don't think he minds it one bit and still converts.
Now the pass to Whiteside. Lillard against Beverly. Pass to McCollum. Over George. Kept alive.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
And George with the stuff.
PG showing that's a signature dunk from him.
30 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Trailblazers leading by 8. And George gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. So both teams making some changes here. Here's Hood. 20 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Here's Trent, guarded by Jackson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Now Hood. Great positioning on the putback.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
Like tonight, all the hustle plays have meant so much to this team. Now just sustain some of that energy and keep comfortable.
And so it's the Portland Trailblazers holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. Their defense has been terrific in this game. And we'll be back with you shortly. Well, earlier, Damian Lillard spoke to us about how
I look to the times where
Greg, he's certainly a gentleman in victory and defeat.
You know, Lillard takes the L as a learning opportunity. Sure, it stings, but he also knows it can make them stronger if they use it right.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter of action so far. And taking a look at the Trailblazers' performance, what do you think they're doing or not doing?
Well, pounding the boards is one way to gain an advantage. They simply owned the glass in that first.
Well, if you get physical out there, you can control the glass, and that helps you to control the pace of the game.
Here are the 5 the Clippers have to start the second. We've got Montrezl Harrell. Williams is out there with Reggie Jackson. And it's JaMychal Green, and it's Shamet in at the small forward position. It's a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Kevin, good evening. The Clippers were picked by many to win the title last year. Now, they didn't get it done, but Kawhi Leonard is not concerned. He said, "We've just got to keep getting better, keep fighting. It's about the right team peaking at the right time." Guys are hoping this season their talent and their fight will win out. Back to you.
We will see. Good stuff, D.A. Thanks. Hood can't get it to go.
Well, mid-range is where he makes the money. So when the D's slow to get out on him, always surprising to see him miss from there.
Trailblazers leading by 13. Floats it up there for Nurkic. Hammers the alley-oop through.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. Inside, Harrell. Good. And the nice assist for Williams.
He's just gifted with the basketball, and that includes making plays. Lou Williams spotting a man that time.
And, you know, if you only look at the box score for Zach Collins, then you're missing the whole picture. He's a terrific defender.
I agree with you, G.A. I think his scoring is going to come, but obviously they have potent guard play, and that's not much needed. What is needed is on the interior, him being active as a big man and defending around the rim. That is something that Zach Collins is capable of doing.
Shamet kicks to Jackson. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Jackson's got his first points in this one.
The defense so concerned with Shamet and his shot-making ability, he makes the play that time.
Here's Trent. Hands it from downtown. Trent's got a couple of three-pointers in the second for the Trailblazers.
It took a little bit of time, but now he's taking the pen off the cap and putting his mark on this game.
And it's Shamet missing. And Collins has got the ball here for the Portland Trailblazers. Pass to Simons. It's stolen by Green. Goes up. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
What a play there. The hoop plus the harm.
And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Marcus Morris is checked in for Harrell. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Landry Shamet. Paul George, he's checked in for Lou Williams. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Reggie Jackson. Pass to Little. Back to Lillard. Beyond the arc. That shot misses. And the Clippers will come the other way. Another shot. Beverly the pass to Morris. And the lead is down inside single digits. Morris has got his first bucket of the night.
I just feel like Patrick Beverly has incredible awareness for every second that he plays on the floor. Spots the wide open man, gets it to him.
Beverly against Lillard. Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
And Beverly kicks to Leonard. It's the three-point bomb. Leonard's got 5.
I think it gets overlooked sometimes, but Kawhi can put up some very good numbers from the three-point line.
Lillard scanning the floor. Nurkic finds Lillard. Now here's Anthony. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up. And the Trailblazers lead by 10.
That's tremendous vision on the part of Lillard, just trying to lead the team right now from the point.
Here's George. He can't get that one. Good D by McCollum. And the foul called on Marcus Morris. That's his first foul. Whiteside's checked in for the Trailblazers. Riza comes in for Carmelo Anthony. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Zubac is checked in. Three-pointer. Whiteside trying to break free. Another miss for him. Now shooting 1 for 4 from the floor. Here's George. There it is. His second make of the game. He's missed 5.
Well, George in there just gliding through and makes a nice move on the drive.
Lillard against Beverly. It's stolen by Morris. And pushing it up. Here's the Clippers. George has got the ball. That 3 off the mark. And so it's Portland in the driver's seat. Up 8 points at the end of the quarter. But thank you, David, for that interview. And we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the NBA. Portland did not hesitate to set the pace, displaying the force of a tidal wave and some excellent offensive and defensive possession. That's all for now. Say good.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. Hey, Greg, if you could coach one team right now, who would it be?
That's a tough one. Clippers, Lakers, Bucks. You know what? I would probably go Lakers or Bucks because you would have an opportunity to coach someone who arguably might be considered the best to ever play the game, because I think Giannis is trending in that direction and LeBron obviously already is.
How about a guy like Kemba Walker and coaching the Celtics, having him to do what you want to do on the floor?
Oh, he'd be brilliant.
And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And the foul on Carmelo Anthony. That's his first foul. Montrezl Harrell, he's checked in for the Clippers. On defense, Portland. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Leonard looking around. 5 to shoot. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And in a player empowerment era, no greater power move than Kawhi Leonard's last year. Fresh off a Finals MVP with the Raptors, he signed with his hometown Clippers and compelled a trade for Paul George.
Think about that 14-month run where Kawhi Leonard made his way to Toronto, a team that was on the cusp for many seasons. Goes there, wins the MVP and the championship for the Raptors, and then ends up in his hometown of Los Angeles to try to do the same for the Clippers. Now that's getting it done and writing your own story.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, good evening. Well, last season the Blazers were beset by injuries and they fell short of their goals. Their star Damian Lillard said, "Once we're in a better position, I want people to remember how I responded when things didn't go my way, so that they know my character is true." Kevin, we know that Dame grew up in Oakland, a place where overcoming adversity was ingrained. Back to you.
Thank you, D.A.
Yeah, kind of fun when you see his personality come out in his game like that.
And Lillard kicks to McCollum. Back to Lillard. Portland again missing.
Team starts the second half missing 4 of 5 shots. When does the coach possibly call a timeout and reiterate what he talked about at halftime?
Well, they're getting stops, and they're attacking on the offensive end.
Yeah, coaching staff probably loves this, just grinding out defensive possessions, which is helping them get back into their offensive flow.
McCollum outside. And Lillard kicks to McCollum. Portland again missing. Clippers trail by 3. And they have certainly been looking locked in offensively.
They sure have, staying aggressive and playing under control.
From deep, George. Portland grabs the miss. Whiteside's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done.
His shots aren't dropping, and they haven't been able to keep pace, but they trust him enough to keep going to him, see if he can find it.
Knocked loose. McCollum against George. Hassan Whiteside grabs the miss. Whiteside's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. And so the ball out of bounds. McCollum touched it last.
Now, I'm all for the crowd interacting with the players, but not so much the players interacting with the crowd. That one, errant pass.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Marcus Morris is checked in for Zubac. Rodney McGruder comes in for Kawhi Leonard. Landry Shamet's checked in for George. Lou Williams is subbed in for Patrick Beverley. Here's Shamet. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Trent passes to Nurkic. It's stolen by Morris. Now the Clippers moving it up. 58 seconds left to play here in the third. McGruder kicks to Williams. Here's Morris. Nails the baby hook.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Here's Simons. He's guarded by Williams. And here's Nurkic. He's got 6. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Nurkic has got 8 points.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
The 8-footer. That one off the back iron and out.
Even in close to the hoop. That's a tough one to drain when the defense is that stifling.
Yeah, Hood does a good job there of surveying the floor and being ready to deliver the pass.
Williams looking around. And yes, it's good.
And I like the subtle adjustment he made to create a little space for that one.
Yeah, that's an awesome finish there for sure. Not allowing that big guy to have his way or alter the shot.
No, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
The Trailblazers shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game.
And as a team, excellent. A season ago, about 80% when they got to the line.
One of the big calling cards for Rodney Hood and why he can compete at this level is his athleticism. So as long as he believes in that, he can continue to make contributions to any team.
The third quarter comes to a close. Trailblazers out in front, leading by 5. And after a quick break, we're going to come right back with the start of the fourth quarter. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Well, there's a way to break down the defense with the handle, but you can do it with the pass. Prime example of that right there.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this fourth quarter. Taking a look at Los Angeles. They've got Landry Shamet, Reggie Jackson out there with Williams. Then there's Harrell, and it's Morris in at the 4-man position. Here's Lillard. The feed to Little. Outside Hood. Lillard against Jackson. 6 to shoot. They get it again. That one goes in. And the Trailblazers lead by 5.
And boy, have they been hitting the backboard in this game or what? Kind of surprising it's such a tight game.
Harrell trying to free himself up. Jackson gets the bucket. Jackson's got 4 points in the quarter.
And good to see Jackson finish closer in. Not a guard who just chucks up threes. Can find the creases with that handle.
Here's Lillard, and Damian Lillard with the jam.
And there is no better way to add to the lead.
Isn't that true, GA, especially when the slam is coming from the point guard?
Oh, yeah, his teammates love that one. I'm sure he's going to hear about it when he gets to the huddle.
Harrell kicks to Williams. From 12 feet out, Little with the rebound.
He may not be the strongest inside presence in the league, but still, he's got to convert from there.
And it's Little finishing it off.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. The drive by Jackson, and he converts the layup.
And with a quick first step, Jackson remains a threat to drive on any defender.
Jackson against Lillard. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
Even if you're not shooting it, you like to see the effort level, and his tonight has been high.
Shamet the pass to Jackson. Clippers moving the ball around. Shoots. That one a little long. Trailblazers leading by 5. There's the pass to Nurkic. Here's Trent. Back to Nurkic. Over to the wing. Portland needs to get off a shot. Hood for 3. It's rebounded by Lou Williams.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Wow, huge in a big moment there. Getting the ball to Lou Williams, not a bad idea.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over.
And Kevin, he saw his guys just a little sluggish out there. Oftentimes a timeout like this allows you to kind of just reset.
And now let's present our New Balance player of the game, Hassan Whiteside.
He's put on a shooting exhibition for us here tonight. He's missed a couple along the way, but it sure seems like everything's been falling for him. The only way to keep him from converting is to keep the ball out of his hands.
And the Clippers making a change here. Zubac is checked in for Montrezl Harrell. Jermichael Green comes in for Morris. Kawhi Leonard's checked in for Landry Shamet. And it's Paul George in for Lou Williams. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Hi, Kevin. Well, Terry Stotts just went over his game plan with his team, and he's pushing them to empty the tank. He said, I know you're tired and it's been a tough game, but we can't hold back. If you're tired, come out. Otherwise, I want you full speed. Guys?
You know, the ill-advised threes isn't how you want to close the gap. You've got to have better shot selection.
Stolen by Jackson. And the dunk by Jackson.
It's easy to forget about Jackson's bunnies, but he's more than happy to remind you.
Lillard with it. He kicks it to Ariza. Back to Lillard. Shot clock at 5. Over Jackson. And it's Lillard missing. Clippers have gone 5 for 9 from the field in the final quarter so far. Got it! And that shot brings them to within just 1.
Whoa, the nerves on this guy.
Not backing down from this moment here. When the game is close, he kicks it up a notch.
Lillard outside. Anthony left side. McCollum outside. It's hauled in by Zubac. And it's the Clippers' ball. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter. Outside, George. To take the lead. It drops.
Well, your best players want to take on the burden come clutch time, and Paul George carrying the weight right now.
McCollum outside. Back to Lillard. For the win. Oh, the all-or-nothing shot. No good. All right, David, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks. And
Hey, Kevin, the Bucks have their transcend.
very dangerous indeed. David, thanks. And a quick look at some of the numbers for Damian Lillard.
And guys, I think the best way to measure his performance these last 10 games is his effective field goal percentage, which has improved, a sign that his game is in much better shape than it was not too long ago.
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Nurkic is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Powell in at the small forward. And for the Bucks, Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there with Holiday, and it's Middleton in at the 3, the small forward. Now, here's Lillard, following the miss by Giannis Antetokounmpo. Lillard misses.
Well, you look at the career that Dame Lillard has had so far. Taken 6th in the 2012 draft out of Weber State, a small school, but this guy became a franchise player immediately for the Blazers.
And the second chance effort by McCollum. McCollum's got the first points up on the board tonight here for the Trailblazers. And now just over a minute played here in the first. Floats it up for Giannis. An emphatic LU jam.
And Antetokounmpo is so long. I mean, he stretches forever, covers a ton of ground.
And thinking of Lillard, the numbers over his career are incredible.
And Lillard found his strength as a shooter, and boy, did he exploit it. He's been averaging 20 points per game almost his entire career, and he's kept adding to his game as one of the elite players in our league.
Now here's Powell. Following the miss by Giannis Antetokounmpo. Pass to Covington. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Powell against Holiday. Powell, that's good.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Now here is Holiday. 20 points for him last game against the Pacers in Indianapolis.
And don't forget about the 4 blocks. Just a big all-around game, particularly on the defensive side. Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Lillard finds Nurkic. Just 5 to shoot. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. And it's Lillard missing. The Bucks have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Left side, Antetokounmpo. Covington with the steal. And now Lillard running the floor all by himself.
Boy, one of the things about Covington is that his length bothers the opposing players. I mean, he's somebody that takes defense seriously and looks to pilfer the ball whenever he can.
Antetokounmpo passes to Holiday. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Damian Lillard. That is his first foul of the game. Greg, we have a league of many great playmakers, don't we?
Oh, there's no doubt about it. LeBron James is obvious. You know, he played point guard technically for the first time last season, but he's always been a floor general. You look at a young man like Ja Morant, and he's been on the attack since day one when he hit the league. And there's so many more of those guys that are having an impact, understanding the value of that lead guard position. It is fun to watch.
It is so fun to watch. I agree. Here's Giannis. Following the basket by C.J. McCollum. Tucker the pass to Antetokounmpo. And good as it just snugs right down through the net.
The patience that Antetokounmpo plays with is really impressive for such a young guy. I mean, he doesn't rush anything.
Passes it to McCollum. And the 3 off target.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Forbes the pass to Middleton. Back to Forbes. And stolen by Lillard. McCollum left side. And then Jones with the jam.
Offensively, McCollum sees the floor well. Not surprised to see him spot the open teammate.
The pass to Tucker. Here's Connaughton. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
And, you know, coaches will take possessions like that all day long. Phenomenal use of the screen there.
Here's Lillard. And get a load of his scoring totals. Huge numbers for him. An average of just about 29 points a game. Misses the step-back jump shot.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Here's Connaughton. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's on Damian Lillard.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there. Earned those free throws.
And it's tied up with that one. The 3 from McCollum. And it's out of bounds. The Trailblazers able to retain possession here. Tie game in Milwaukee. And we'll be back in just a moment with the start of the second. And before the game, we ran into Damian Lillard, who touched upon.
What we've learned is staying together.
And Greg, of course, he helps keep everyone on the same page.
He communicates well with his teammates, and he listens. That's why they trust him. The discussions go both ways. And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. When you consider how the Bucks are doing, what do you guys think? What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you look at the energy, the effort defensively, they put it all out there in that opening quarter.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. On the court right now for the Trailblazers, they've got Enes Kanter. Anthony is out there with Jones. Then there's Norman Powell. And it's Simons in at the 1. Forbes the pass to Connaughton. Jacks up a three. Forbes can't get it to go. And Simons has got the ball here for the Trailblazers. Last game matchup with the Suns, a tough loss there.
Yeah, they made some spectacular plays in it right to the very end. Just couldn't get over the hump.
Yeah, you know, they didn't have their best stuff, but they were still getting after it. So you got to really appreciate the effort and hustle.
And Tucker kicks to Forbes. Portis, the pass to Forbes. And now Jones running the floor. Oh my goodness!
Oh, yeah.
What a play!
Oh, he got fancy with that one.
Yeah, maybe trying to give them the momentum boost they need to break this game open.
And I like it. I mean, some coaches might want to see just a sure-handed lay-in there, but for me, I don't mind a little extra.
To the wing right side, and a wide-open look for Portis. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. And there's the foul. It will go on P.J. Tucker. That's his first foul. Drew Holiday's checked in for Bryn Forbes. And Portland with a change here, too. Robert Covington's checked in for Jones. Simons, the pass to Powell. Four on the shot clock. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Anthony's got the lead up to 6 now for the Trailblazers.
Way to work the glass, buffet style. Second chance buckets. They can make a big difference.
And Holiday kicks to DiVincenzo. The kick out to Holiday. Back to DiVincenzo. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. DiVincenzo's got his first points of the game. Portland leading by 4. Pass to Powell. Here's Simons. Pass to Anthony. Shoots over Tucker. The rebound by the Bucks.
Boy, he's got to be kicking himself for failing to make that shot. That's money.
Back to DiVincenzo. Outside Holiday. Now here's Tucker, guarded by Powell. And it'll go. And the Blazer lead is cut down now to just 2 points with that basket from Tucker.
Most of the time we see P.J. Tucker knocking down threes, but this time he shows you the floater.
And that corner three, a cornerstone of P.J. Tucker's game. Takes and makes them as much as anybody in the league.
And Greg, how about this little factoid? Back at the University of Texas, he only shot 4 triples in 3 seasons. Floor spacing was not a part of his game. It was about getting that thing in the paint. But to his credit, and it's an example for all young players, through hard work, that short corner has become his bread and butter shot. Talk about a total transformation from no threes to being a dead-eye corner 3 shooter.
Now here's DiVincenzo. He's guarded closely. Cantor with it. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. The shot's good. Now it's a 7-point Portland lead.
And since the first quarter, we've seen them ease off on that long-range affair. And frankly, that's probably a good idea.
I know there's some teams out there that would prefer to just shoot their way out of a slump, but, you know, getting a few to drop from in close or inside the arc is often a good way to get your whole offense going.
Tries it from 9. Portis trying to free himself. A nice shot by Tucker. Tucker's got 4 points in the quarter.
And though lacking some height, Tucker has the bounce, the reach, and the strength and attitude to do damage inside.
Here's Simons. Tips it up. He knocks it down, but wait a minute. The officials are getting together. They may want to review this one. And the teams are going to have to wait before heading to the locker room. Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. And no doubt C.J. McCollum's a great player. And that should...
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books, 1 half to go. You have to like what we've seen from Jones.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the first half. I think they've got to be a lot tougher on him. Body him up. Be physical with him.
Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Holiday out there with Teague, and it's Lopez in at the center position. That's the 5 on the floor for the Bucks. And here's Holiday. Greg, in New York, you obviously played in a number of championship contending teams. What do the Knicks have to do to get back to that feel, that kind of team?
Well, listen, it starts with stability across the board, but mainly that means at the top. And you got to give this new front office, this new regime, an opportunity. I think they got some good young pieces, but title contenders are not in a constant state of flux right now. They've got to take their baby steps here and start moving in the right direction.
Like you say, it does begin in the front office.
You know, one of the basic fundamentals in basketball is the ability to box out. He's got that down pat.
And out of bounds as the Trailblazers gain possession. Now we have a moment to look at how the blocks have been stacking up over the past several months for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
We're just not seeing that same fierceness out of him defensively these last few months. He's lost a little bit of that intimidation factor. He's not blocking as many shots, and he's not making the same impact on that end of the floor.
Derek Jones, he's checked in for Norman Powell.
You know, guys, you can tell he wants to contribute more, but his teammates have picked up the slack for him. That's what being on the team is all about.
Back to Holiday. Giannis passes to Holiday. Lock at 6. Here's Giannis. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Giannis has got 6.
Antetokounmpo going to work inside. Yeah, he's 6'11", but he's also relentless. You know, growing up in Greece, Giannis Antetokounmpo was so poor, he and his older brother, Thanasis, had to share a pair of tennis shoes. I mean, how about how far he's come since then? Now he's the first foreign-born player ever with his own Nike signature shoe.
Shots good by Middleton.
You've really got to tag Middleton in transition so you have a chance to get in front of him. You know, his speed and athleticism, a lot to deal with if you aren't concentrating on getting back.
McCollum outside. Kicks to Jones. McCollum feeling it out a bit. From the arc. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
And Clark, they say back in Greece, all of Giannis's basketball shoes were hand-me-downs from his teammates.
Greg, nothing like not having enough to drive you to get more. I mean, clearly, you think about Giannis and his background and where he is now, he and Thanasis oftentimes would take turns playing in the game, swapping the same pair of shoes. Those days are long behind both of them.
Teague dishes to Holiday. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's on Damian Lillard.
It definitely has the respect of the locker room. Holiday is someone that players enjoy playing with.
Rondé Hollis-Jefferson, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. Both free throws good from Drew Holiday. 1:49 left in the third. Now Lillard, he's got 5. He kicks it to McCollum. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. McCollum's got 6.
Nice touch there from McCollum. Looking comfortable and confident from that range.
Here's Giannis. No good on the shot, so the Trailblazers will take it the other way. Throws it up high, and it's slammed in by Jones.
Yeah, you know, Lillard has been so good at finding the open man, puts a lot of zip on his passes, and he knows he's responsible for getting his teammates the ball.
Here's Middleton. C.J. McCollum with the rebound. Trailblazers leading by 8. Lillard from outside. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. 8 points for him.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
No doubt about it. He has done a ton to help his team, but he's going to have to do even more if they want to have a chance to get back in this one.
Lillard, the pass to McCollum. And here's Jones. 13 feet away. Milwaukee with the rebound. Antetokounmpo's got 6 rebounds in the game. And Holiday kicks to T. There's the triple. C.J. McCollum comes up with the rebound. McCollum's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Back to Hollis Jefferson. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in.
Hey, there was no shaking free of Teague on that shot. I mean, he stuck to his man.
And so it's the Portland Trailblazers in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. They've played.
Hey, good job defensively.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this 4th and final quarter. Bucks trail by 9. On the floor for Portland, they've got Norman Powell, Anthony out there with Enes Kanter. Then it's Damian Lillard, and it's Simons in at the 2 guard. Teague, the pass to Portis. Bucket is good. Portis has got his first 2 points of the night.
Jeff Teague doing exactly what a point guard should do, setting up his guys nicely.
Lillard against Teague. Out to Anthony. Pass to Powell. Fires from 18. The shot misses. And Milwaukee the other way now.
You know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really off.
Boy, Tucker ever unselfish in how he goes about his game. Nice job finding his teammate there.
4th quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. Simons, the pass to Carmelo. And it's Connaughton with the rebound. The Bucks trail. A nice shot by Tucker.
And how about the grit and determination in the post? I mean, essential qualities to have late in a close game.
Lillard looking around. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Lillard's got 9 points now in just the second half. A little over a minute and a half of the 4th quarter gone now. Portis kicks to T. And he can't answer back. The 3-pointer offline. And Simons has got the ball here for Portland. 6-point lead. The Bucks have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the 4th. Portis can't get it to go.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
And you know, guys, always a tough catch on the lob. Placement and timing have to be close to perfect.
Here's Connaughton. Powell pulls it in. Portland leading by 6. Nobody near Lillard. Kanter, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And usually amongst the leaders in their offensive rebound rate, Kanter gives your team found points off misses.
Portis in the post. He's against Kanter. Portis can't get it to go.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Powell, no one around him. Off target from outside. And for Milwaukee, they're shooting about 43% here in the 4th quarter. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. The 3 from Anthony. The Trailblazers with the new shot clock. Bucks trail by 8. Portis, the pass to T. Back to Portis. With the shot. Takes it off the glass.
Nice job getting inside for the layup. Got the D thinking, jump shot, gave a little pump fake, and then off to the races.
Trailblazers leading by 6. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
A platoon swap here for Milwaukee. Tries from 10. Anthony with the bucket.
And love the muscle Anthony brings to the 3 spot. Takes pride in outworking everyone when he's that deep inside.
Anthony against Giannis. That one drops for him.
Man, the attitude of Antetokounmpo, really impressive. Really what you want to see in your team's best player. He's a guy that doesn't back down when the game gets tight and things are on the line.
McCollum dishes to Powell. Now a timeout called by Portland. They're up by 6. 58 seconds left in the game. Present our New Balance player of the game, Damian Lillard.
And I love that it's been a hard-charging performance. Jump shots have been kind of an afterthought. His main goal has been to attack the rim and put the D in some tough spots and also finishing strong.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to listen in on what Terry Stotts went over with his teams. He told them to play smart, but not to be cautious. He said, look, we got this lead by playing our way, and we'll keep it by doing the same. Guys, we'll see what happens.
Thank you, David. Middleton for 3. The rebound by Giles. And it's the Trailblazers with the ball. They've led by as many as 11 points. Kicks it out to McCollum. Jones, no one around him. Off target from 3-point range. Here's Milwaukee now. They've allowed just 7 points here in the 4th quarter.
And after defending on the shot, he doesn't give up on the play. Follow that straight to the glass for the rebound.
Kicks it out to Lillard. And the pass to McCollum. Here's Giles. So the Trailblazers win it. They seem to... All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that about wraps it up. The busy freeways of Los Angeles, a home. And as the
Hey, Kevin, the clip.
There's been a transformation here in L.A. There is no doubt about that. D.A., thank you. Here are the starters for Milwaukee. Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there with Holiday. And it's Lopez in at the 5 down low. And for the Clippers, Patrick Beverley out there with Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Marcus Morris. And it's Zubac in at the 5, roaming the paint. And Giannis with the basket on the assist by Holiday.
How about Drew Holiday? Unselfish, team-first player. Love that from the guard position.
Kenny, you played alongside some incredible clutch performers. Who would you give the ball to now for a game-deciding 3?
Game-deciding 3. Steph Curry's number 1. Klay Thompson's number 2. Ray Allen's retired, so I'll go with Trae Young.
Ooh, what about Dame Lillard?
I'm sorry, Dame Lillard, number 3. And then Trae.
Say what? So Steph,
Klay,
Lillard.
Okay. Game-winning 3, not off the dribble.
I'm going to throw a wild card out there.
Who's that?
Kawhi.
No.
Kawhi. Hey, Kevin and I saw him hit one of the biggest threes.
Yeah, that's a wild card, though.
That's a wild card. I mean, hey, he hit a 3 to get to the finals.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that.
And he was injured in that game and in those series. A 3 from Morris. And Chris Middleton pulls it down. The Bucks have gone 2-3 here to start out the game. Well, Kenny, you played with so many all-time great players, one of which was Hakeem the Dream Olajuwon. He was a good one. Do you think we'll ever see another one just like the Dream?
I don't think so. He was so unique. His ability, his footwork, his timing. He led the league in top 10 in 5 categories one time.
Isn't that amazing?
5 categories.
That's incredible.
Offensively and defensive categories. It's unbelievable. Just a dominant force.
If you think about him, he is what the modern game is today. He was the one guy in his era who played the way bigs can play today.
That's a good thought. Now, here's Beverley. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game.
We know George can beat you with the pass, has great vision and great court sense.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Pass to DiVincenzo. Good. And it's Giannis picking up the assist.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Leonard lays it up off the glass.
Off contact. Starting out in this league, Leonard made his living inside.
And so Holiday will bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. They defeated Indiana in their last game.
And you gotta love a team that can maintain its composure on the road, take good shots, and knock them down with confidence.
Well, awesome to see in that last game how the motion in their offense didn't stop because they were in some hostile territory.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
George dishes to Beverley. Pass to Zubac. DiVincenzo against George. And it's George finishing it off.
I tell you what, did he take off on that one? Not many players can elevate it and literally fly. What a special talent, and it's plays like that that remind me just how amazing these athletes are in the NBA.
And it's Giannis missing. For Los Angeles, they've gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
Middleton's got such a great wingspan. That comes into play on steals just like that one.
George against DiVincenzo. Lopez with the steal. And the wide open shot from DiVincenzo. No good. That's miss number 2. He's 1 for 3. George against Holiday. The shot, no good. Now the Bucks take it the other way. Last time they came together was in Los Angeles, where they fell to the Clippers.
And it's going to come down to effort tonight. Last time they met each other, they were demolished on the boards, and that rebounding difference led to a sizable loss.
Well, let's see if the lesson was learned from that loss. If they come out with the same type of effort, They can expect a similar result here.
George, no good.
Oh, can't punish the defense for leaving him open that time. That's a frustrating miss for a really steady jump shooter.
DiVincenzo kicks to Middleton. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. And so he hits the technical free throw.
Here's so much about this 3 and D in terms of the wings in the NBA. And Chris Middleton really embodies all of that. He can do some damage behind the arc and then is asked to guard the team's most potent offensive wing.
And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. And we'll be
Old school basketball, you know.
Now pound for pound, Greg, Beverly may be the most physical player in the league.
And he also gets in your head. It's a combination that allows him to get stops against guys as big as Kevin Durant.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And for the Bucks guys, what jumps out to you stats-wise?
Well, one way to generate more offense, pound the offensive glass. That was the difference in the first.
Keep plays alive with your activity. That's what it's about.
Batuma's out there with DeMarcus Cousins. Then there's Reggie Jackson, and it's Rajon Rondo, and it's Kennard in at the 3 slot. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Milwaukee making a switch here. Teague's checked in, and they call an illegal screen here. Kenny, as a freshman, you joined one of the great lineups to ever play in college basketball with guys like Michael Jordan, Sam Perkins. I mean, it was a who's who of the game.
Yeah, I know, Michael was so excited to play with me.
Was he?
As soon as I walked on
Chomping
campus.
at the bit, wasn't he?
When I
Who
walked
is
on
this kid out
campus,
of New York
he
here?
picked me up at the airport, you know, drove me around.
He had a car?
Oh, yes, he did. But then it was just great. Playing there with those kind of guys, it really gets you ready and prepares you for it.
Had you met Jordan before you went
On
to
a
Carolina?
visit, just on a visit.
On a visit, you
But
had.
he wasn't the best player really at the time. Sam Perkins was the guy. He was a 4-year All-American, first team. So it was Sam Perkins who everyone was in awe, and plus he was from New York.
Teague deciding where to go with it. Right side, Portis. Back to Teague. Outside Portis. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Portis has got the lead up to 8 now for the Bucks. And every team needs a go-to scorer late in close games. Kenny, when you think about your list of what qualities are essential to be that guy in crunch time, what are they?
I think to be a great crunch time player is to not look at it as crunch time. It's like, these are the shots that I would take regardless of the situation. I think LeBron got criticized for that early in his career when he would pass up shots. But he takes the same shot regardless of the situation, which makes him more comfortable.
I would have to agree with that. The other thing, too, as the game has changed, I think your ability to be able to set up the shot, to Kenny's point. Like because the court's open now, right? It's not as physical, so if I can move without it and get to my sweet spots. And I think that also helps you to be able to finish in rhythm.
Jackson, and the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
That's a smart play Jackson will keep going back to. He knows he'll make it to the rim, get fouled, or maybe both.
And the Clippers making a change here. Mann's checked in. The Bucks also with the sub. Holiday's checked in. The NBA definitely is a global product, and at the same time, Commissioner Silver reaffirming the league's American values of free speech. This caught some people off guard, perhaps. It's not always easy, is it?
Well, he's got the most difficult job, and you got to give the commissioner a lot of credit, staying true to who he is and what he feels the league is about, and able to tell that story to the world, and not just here nationally, but internationally.
Sacrifice money that was coming into the league for values that he thought were important.
Bottom line, freedom is not free.
Connaughton passes to Holiday. And it's off from three-point range. Out of bounds, Milwaukee takes possession. And how about we check the numbers for Kawhi Leonard? Marcus Morris is checked in for the Clippers. Patrick Beverly comes in for Reggie Jackson. Bucks leading by 6. Here is Forbes. No points in the game yet for him. Here's Tucker with nobody on him. He buries the jumper.
Nice delivery there. You can't hesitate when a man comes free on the perimeter. He got it, went right into the shot.
Beverly looking around. Passes to Cousins. Shoots over Portis. No good from Cousins. Kenny, always fascinating to get your take. We sure appreciate you coming by.
Man, it's great to be here, man. Thanks for having me, man. Happy to be here. This is the best studio show up top, but we got the best down here by the bottom.
Are they paying you well? Are they paying you well?
Not as well as y'all are. I tell you, not as well as y'all are.
And Greg, a lot of fun to be joined by Kenny the Jet, huh? As brilliant as he was on the court, he is just as amazing off it.
And, you know, Kenny has this amazing knack for describing what he sees with such clarity. Rare gift, and I'm glad he could share it with us.
And there it is for him. George has got his second basket of the night.
Well, Paul George has definitely garnered some strength through the years now, and he's developed that over time in the offseason, being diligent with his work ethic and gets through contact on that play.
Holiday with it. Guarded now by Morris. And the rejection by Zubac. Here's George. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
That straight line drive there from Paul George. You love to see him get in that attack mode. Let's see if he can cash in now at the line.
Kawhi Leonard, he's checked in for the Clippers. Hondo comes in for Patrick Beverly.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. The shot by Holiday, no good.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
And George kicks to Rondo. Leonard on the wing. George passes to Zubac. Stolen by Tucker. Here's Portis. And that one released in time, but no good. And thank you, David. And we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good to see you back here on our halftime show. And returning from his sojourn, doing some in-game analysis. That about wraps it up. Time now for the second half of the game. We go to Kevin Harlan.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. You look at Antetokounmpo, and this game has been everywhere.
And those extra chances mean so much. And he has shaped the game with the way he's been pulling down those offensive boards.
And the team appreciating all of that dirty work going on. His activity has been phenomenal.
Setting the floor for the Bucks. Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Holiday out there with Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Middleton in at the 3 spot. Now the superstar players always get the headlines, but you need more great role players, it seems, as you look at the history of champions, to win. So that being said, Greg, what kind of role players do you look for?
You know, Kevin, it starts on your best player, and I think you go from there. Obviously, in today's game, spot-up shooting is critically important. And then you got to factor in versatility. You need guys that can guard multiple positions, that give you some rim protection, but obviously that can also shoot the basketball. And I think it's critical having that instant offense guy coming off the bench as well to when your team's in a bit of a funk, somebody you can trust to kind of...
Wow, hammering it in!
It looks like an orange in his hand, and Kawhi tenacious to the rim with that finish.
Antetokounmpo looking it over. Kicks to Holiday. To the middle. Here's DiVincenzo. And the rejection by Jackson. For the tie. And Leonard with the lay-in. Leonard's got it all tied up now for the Clippers.
Well, the talk at halftime must have been a good one. Right now, 3 straight buckets to start the quarter.
And And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. And Giannis throws it down.
Giannis has the hard hat on right now, going to work. So good, so long, and just terrorizing the D.
And last season, Giannis Antetokounmpo welcoming his first child into the world.
And maybe now an MVP at home as the most valuable papa. The mother of his son was a volleyball player in her day. So you got to think, as this kid grows up, maybe the recruits are sending letters already. The wingspan and the timing that Kawhi Leonard has is really remarkable. He utilizes those strengths to dominate both ends of an NBA floor.
Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for Drew Holiday. The pass to Connaughton. Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now. Here's Middleton. No good on that one. Great D that time from Leonard. And it's Leonard with the ball. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. Jackson misses.
Well, he creates such a great opportunity right at the rim, and he just can't get it to go, even with the defense not really a factor.
Lopez kicks to Connaughton. And he goes in for the dunk.
And some hang time on the rim. Puts a little cherry on the top of that slam.
Well, those kind of displays of strength can get one team rolling. Middleton against Leonard. Here's Zubac. Outside for Jackson. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top. The Bucks have gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. DiVincenzo against Jackson. Middleton drives in. Shot clock at 5. Takes the 3. Kawhi Leonard comes up with the rebound. The Clippers trail. And out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession. So for the Clippers, DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Zubac. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Patrick Beverley. The Bucks also with the sub. P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Brook Lopez. And Antetokounmpo inside. Patterson's there.
As Giannis has grown in his physical stature, widening those shoulders, having more strength, these are the kind of plays that make all that hard work pay off.
It's a neck-and-neck game here in Los Angeles. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Rondo finds Leonard, and they'll keep possession. Another shot. And Chris Middleton pulls it down. Milwaukee's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. A good look from DiVincenzo. The quick look, no good that time. The Clippers shooting 43% from the floor. Jackson. And the layup's good off the glass. Jackson's got 6.
Now, Cousins just sensing there was going to be an opening and then found his man.
There's 45 seconds left in the third quarter. And Tucker kicks to DiVincenzo. And here comes Leonard leading the fast break. It's good. With that basket, he's now 5 for 9.
And you like to see since the half now, he's finally starting to come around.
For Milwaukee, they've gone an even 50% from the floor here in the third quarter. 4 of 8. Middleton looking it over. DiVincenzo with it. Leonard picks him up. Kicks it down to Middleton. His 3-pointers off the mark. Outside Leonard. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Now, what a game by Leonard, but you wouldn't know it by the way he's reacting out there. Just stone-faced, but getting the job done.
Tucker with the ball. It's stolen by Rondo. No good on that one. Kawhi Leonard has been on display for Los Angeles. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
Now the passing for the team becoming contagious, this time involving the big.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. We've got Marcus Morris. Paul George is out there with Rajon Rondo. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins, and it's Batum in at the 3. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. Middleton dishes to Tucker. Great D that time from Batum.
A lot of defenders choose to just back up off of him when he's in that tight, try to avoid the and one, and this time they're not backing off.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
George against Holiday. They get a hand on it, and it's out of bounds. The Bucks able to retain possession here. Lopez, he's checked in for Milwaukee. Giannis comes in for P.J. Tucker. Middleton against Batum. Low block shot. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Batum's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Outside Rondo. Out to Morris. Outside Batum. 5 on the clock. Rondo. Milwaukee with the rebound. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Rondo against Howard. Rondo with the steal.
Awesome defense. Just outstanding effort to reach his big hands in there and just rip the ball away.
Bucks trail by 4. Holiday finds Lopez. That shot, no good. Nice D from Cousins. And so Cousins will bring it up for the Clippers. Here in the 4th quarter, their defense has been very strong, allowing no baskets.
George is not settling for low percentage plays right now. He's putting the defense in a really tough position.
And here's Holiday. To the left wing. Lopez passes to Middleton. It's stolen by Morris. Here's George. And George with the stuff.
You always talk about the first 2 steps in transition, and Paul George out quick and decisively that time.
Pass to DiVincenzo. Middleton outside. To stop the drought, and the rejection by Cousins. And now the Clippers on the break. Batum's running. Here's George. Again, Los Angeles.
Yeah, letting it rip. They're just having fun right now.
Yeah, some of these nights you got to enjoy yourself. Not too much at the expense of the other team, but right now this team is balling.
Holiday against Rondo. Holiday dishes to Lopez. Shoots over Cousins. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's on DeMarcus Cousins.
So much talk about Lopez and how much he has changed his game to fit the modern NBA. And I think what's most impressive is not just the ability to shoot the ball, but the ability to be effective while shooting the 3 ball. Brook Lopez has worked hard to do that.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Zubac is checked in for Cousins. Leonard comes in for Nicholas Batum. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Rajon Rondo.
And they've done some nice work as we've come down the stretch here in the final quarter.
And right now is when you have to lay it on the line. Between the 2 teams, they've clearly been the aggressor.
Middleton on the wing. He's covered by Leonard. The Bucks working the ball around. Here's Antetokounmpo. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got 6 rebounds in the game. Left side, George. And stolen by DiVincenzo. Here's Holiday. Got a hand on it.
Can't be lazy around Patrick Beverley. He's going to get you down low with hands. That time, he blocks a shot. Nice. The defender's on him. He gauges how much space he needs to get that one off. Chooses to go with the fadeaway.
Bounce pass from Beverley. Here's Leonard. The shot will not fall. So Milwaukee will take it the other way. Here we go, one-on-one. Here's DiVincenzo. And it's sent back by George. From deep three-point range. Antetokounmpo pulls it in.
Guys, let's just go ahead and call this one. It's over.
You want to keep expending energy, or do you want to start thinking about the next one?
The kick out to Holiday. Looking to get it going. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
You can see the determination from Holiday on that attack, expecting contact there, and got it.
And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss. That's good. Going 1 of 2 from the line, and that narrows the gap to 7. 20 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Well, for the Clippers, they can just run out the clock. And again, it's the Clippers missing. Patterson against Giannis. And Giannis throws it down hard.
Big time shot from young Giannis there. He feels more and more comfortable in these big moments.
Jackson from long range. Can't get it to fall. So the Clippers with the win. David, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. There it is, the Staples Center. And David.
Kevin, thanks.
He stays working and stays true. David, thank you. Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Norman Powell, and it's Nurkic in at the center, locking down the middle. And for the Clippers, Ivica Zubac is out there with Morris. Then it's Patrick Beverley. Then there's Kawhi Leonard, and it's George in at the 2. And it's Lillard missing. And the call will be against Yusuf Nurkic. That is his first foul of the game. And I think when we get into these later stages of the season, Steve, you can see why so many teams put an emphasis on depth these days.
Yes, the reason why, there's a lot of mileage on everybody. It's crucial to have players down the bench that you can depend on.
Leonard, the pass to Zubac. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Off the left rim and out. Looking at Los Angeles, they took the win in their last game against the Hornets in Charlotte. And pushing it up, here's Los Angeles. Up again, it's good on the putback.
And you'd like to see more of this from Marcus. Attack that offensive glass and generate some points outside of those set plays.
And Lillard kicks to Powell. Stolen by Zubac. And here's Beverley. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Pass to Morris. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It's on Damian Lillard.
Yeah, that's some physical defense against Morris, who attacks with one of his many moves. And we'll just see what he does here at the line.
Portland's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Beverley against Lillard. Banked in off the glass.
No excuse giving Lillard that kind of positioning. That's just too easy.
Now here's Beverley. The 15-footer. That one's off. He starts the game with a miss.
Missing that one helps out all the analytical guys from the mid-range.
And the dunk by Covington.
Using that athleticism to convert the alley-oop. Covington is simply a difference maker out there. And you look at Robert Covington, first team all-defense in 2018, the kind of versatile stopper that every team in the league could use.
Now here's George. A 20-point game for him in the win against Charlotte.
And equally impressive on the backboards. I thought his rebounding was huge.
Just a little off to start this game. 1 for 5, looking to find some kind of rhythm.
McCollum, no good. And Covington, maybe not a star, but he's a winning player. We've seen that.
And the perfect example of that 3-and-D role player. Can guard 4 or 5 positions and can definitely sling it from outside.
Here's Lillard. Paul George making his last shot. Covington finds McCollum. No good on the shot, a bit long that time.
Yeah, but the hand in the face, it's critical that you contest his shots every time down the floor.
They get it back. Out to Morris. From deep, George. The shot, no good. And the Trailblazers going the other way. Last time they met was in Portland this season.
And they brought the energy. I thought played well, but both teams really put on a great show. Unfortunately, someone had to lose.
Nothing to hang their heads over. When you have 2 evenly matched teams on a given night, it's anyone's ball game.
Shot clock at 2. Leonard with the steal. Morris into the lane. That one dropped for his second bucket. Mark him 2 for 4.
Excellent pass, PG-13, keeping his eyes up, using his vision.
Lillard outside. Kawhi Leonard with the rebound. Clippers leading by 4. And 1:01 left to play in the first. And here's George for 3. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will take it. So a moment now to see the story for Damian Lillard. Trailblazers trail by 4. And they go to the intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Portland also making some changes. Cantor checked in for Nurkic, and Anthony subbed in for Robert Covington. Here's Lillard. Anthony trying to get open. Here's Cantor. And it's the Clippers with the rebound.
Yeah, they got that one, but early on, it's really been a struggle for them to secure that defensive backboard.
He takes advantage of them in every way possible.
And Greg, he lures them into a trap on the steal, and then bang, straight to the bucket.
Great activity at both ends. Great teamwork as well.
Now, here's Kennard. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. Count that bucket.
Rondo is out there to distribute the ball. He is a master at finding the open man.
Lillard against Rondo. Floats one up. The shot comes out. And so the first quarter is in the books. Los Angeles on top. They lead by... When Damian Lillard's in the flow, there is no stopping him. And before the game, we talked about that with him.
I think in the past, anytime
Greg, this is why they say there's no substitute for experience.
And I agree. And, you know, sometimes guys need to learn to be more selfish at times. You also learn, if it ain't broke, keep going with it. Ride the hot hand.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Clippers, guys.
Aggressive at running guys to the backboard. You could tell it was part of their game plan coming in.
And they have the guys to do it. Play to your strengths, and they can make up for some of your weaknesses.
Here are the 5 Portland has to start the second quarter. They've got Derek Jones. Anthony out there with Enes Kanter. Then there's McCollum, and it's Simons in at the 1 spot. Cousins throws it down.
Brute strength of Cousins. Defenders draped all over him, and he simply brushes them off.
And McCollum on the floor, all business. Off the court, he's a very outspoken player, very colorful guy. And Greg, you were saying you see a future in media for him when he stops playing.
No doubt about it, Kevin. I mean, McCollum spoke up quickly about the seriousness of the virus when they were playing. He's very knowledgeable and shares what's on his mind. A media position after he's done playing is a very real possibility if he chooses to.
Here's Simons. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Lobs it up for Kanter. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Jackson. If you put one of these guys on the stripe, boy, you better just chalk up the points. These are the top free throw shooters since the All-Star break. Number 1, Carmelo Anthony. Damian Lillard, 3rd.
Both of these guys have been simply fantastic from the free throw line. That little midseason rest did wonders for their confidence.
Now Jackson coming off a solid outing against Charlotte. Now the pass to Kennard. Jackson kicks to Kennard. Back to Cousins. Just 5 on the clock. Got it for his 4th field goal of the game on just 5 shots.
And after that ragged first quarter, they're getting some momentum, some confidence. Nice flow.
Elbow shot is on the way. And a little luck that time, but it drops.
What a professional. McCollum's reliability on offense is such a gift to his team.
Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Jackson. And the second chance effort by Jackson. Jackson's got the lead up to 9 now for Los Angeles.
Oh, how about the deft touch right there, guys?
He just guided that ball back up and in. Just a fingertip touch on the ball. McCollum with the ball. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against the Suns in Phoenix.
And not only was he creating for himself, he was setting up teammates with good shots.
A nice shot by Simons. You know, Greg, when you were in New York, you were on a super team of sorts. Compare that to the super teams they're forming now in the NBA.
Oh, we've always had super teams. And this misnomer that this is something that's just come about with this era is to me, absurd. You've always had it. Whether the difference nowadays is I think the players have more say in where they go. And they can orchestrate how a team is constructed, but it's always existed. And the reality is this: you become a super team when you win a lot.
Sure.
And that's what really dictates how super your team is. Another foul would give him 3 before the half. Something to keep an eye on, guys.
And the Clippers making a switch here. Leonard's checked in, and the Trailblazers making a change here as well. Hollis Jefferson's checked in.
And a guy who's bounced around the league a little. Surprising, given that Morris is a solid shooter and a pretty good defender and rebounder. And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
Ring shot on the way. And Damian Lillard pulls it down. And here's Lillard. He brings it up for Portland. Trailing here by 8. Last game matchup with the Suns, a tough loss there.
And they brought the energy. I thought played well, but both teams really put on a great show. Unfortunately, someone had to lose.
Nothing to hang their heads over. When you have 2 evenly matched teams on a given night, it's anyone's ball game. We've seen them put a lot of pressure on the defense and then cash in at the line.
1:04 left now here in the second. Beverly the pass to George. Los Angeles with another miss. Trailblazers trail by 6. Here's Lillard. Shot goes down. Very quick possession right there. Lillard's got his second basket of the game. Clippers have gone 5 of 8 from the floor here in the second quarter. Over 60% shooting. George dishes to Morris. Leonard inside, covered by Hollis Jefferson. Leonard inside, Hollis Jefferson's there, and Leonard gets it to go. Leonard's got his first basket of the night. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Beverly against Lillard. The feed now to Nurkic, and finished off by Nurkic.
Yeah, quick thinking, wins Dame, assists. Finds the open man, and the ball instantly there for the finish.
George looking around, shoots over Powell. Off the mark with the little step back Johnny. And some good action through the first 2 quarters.
Kevin, thanks so much. Kawhi, you seem to be so at ease out there. How much is that helping your game?
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the
2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. They were never able to get the lead above. That's all for now. Say goodbye to the folks. Thanks for...
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. One of the stories here, Cousins getting it done.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
And many of those quality shots have been jumpers. A very high percentage of those in the first half.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverly. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Morris in at the 4. Portland grabs the miss. Nurkic has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
And Smitty, with LeBron getting into his late 30s, KD coming off the Achilles. For your money, is Kawhi Leonard the best player in the world?
Great question. I know one player, the Greek Freak, might have something to say about that. No less than Michael Jordan himself called Kawhi the best 2-way player in the game.
And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Good read from Paul George. He's very skilled at realizing when he should make these passes.
Lillard against Jackson. And Lillard kicks to McCollum. Anthony, the pass to Cantor. Shoots over Cousins. Cantor's shot is off. For Los Angeles, they've gotten just one of their first 4 shots to fall since coming out of the locker room with the break.
Like a gazelle cruising down the court, Kawhi's difficult to stay with in transition.
And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That's his first foul for the Clippers. Mann's checked in, and it's Kennard in for Paul George. Hollis Jefferson's checked in for Portland. And Lillard kicks to Hollis Jefferson. Pass to Cantor. Kicks it out to Lillard. Back to Cantor. It's a hand on it, and it's Lillard on the follow. Lillard's got 6 points.
The uncanny ability to time the tip in. He does this night in and night out.
Jackson finds Leonard. Now, here's Kennard. Back to Leonard. And he finishes nicely on the layup. 6 points for him.
This is what you want to do on the offensive end. Get Kawhi looks in the paint. Rely on him to make a play.
Third quarter here, and 3 minutes have come off the clock. McCollum outside, fires from deep. The shot, no good. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way. Here's Kennard. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. And it's a 6-point Clipper lead.
Any chance you get, you want to put yourself in a position to succeed, and that's what he did there.
Great job of reading the floor, got to the rim, and made a play.
And Anthony is certainly capable of sinking the triple. The D has to respect that quick release and get out on it.
Kennard against McCollum. Here's Batum. Leonard trying to break free. A shot by Batum, no good. Trailblazers trail by 3. There's the steal. And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. Here's Leonard. Finished off the break.
With a high basketball IQ and improving playmaking abilities, Luke's growing as a distributor.
So timeout called here, the first for Portland.
Well, it's a players' league, but certainly coaching has its place.
Yeah, if that weren't the case, you wouldn't see so many coaching changes in the offseason.
So Portland ends up going with the new group.
And here we can check out the story on Nicholas Batum, breaking down his play since the All-Star break. He's averaging about 7 points a game, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. Nothing about his numbers really jump out at you, but he'll come up with a timely play or two every game.
He understands his role. He accepts it. He's one of those guys who doesn't need the ball to be effective.
Shot clock at 3. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Patrick Beverly, he's checked in for Los Angeles. 44 seconds left in the third quarter. Out to Morris. Nobody near George. A three-pointer off the mark. And Simons has got the ball here for Portland. It's a 5-point game. From deep. And there's Paul George on the assist by Batum. George has got 5 now.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Here's Simons, defended by Beverly, and wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. And so here are the Clippers. George up top. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers holding on to an 8. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the 2-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or two when he needs to.
Whatever the offense requires, that has to be your mindset. Always thinking team first.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this 4th period holds in store for us. On the floor for Portland, Robert Covington out there with Nurkic. Then there's Norman Powell. Then there's Derek Jones. And it's Simons in at the point. Covington against Rondo. Second shot opportunity. Zubac, that's good. And the Clippers lead by 8.
Effort play, pursuing the basketball. Love how he puts in the work.
And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Kawhi Leonard's checked in for George, and Reggie Jackson subbed in for Patrick Beverly.
Yeah, nothing too fancy. Just getting the job done when they need to. Make every possession count.
Passes it to Leonard. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Strength, body control, and focus. Kawhi showing it all right there.
A free throw good from Kawhi Leonard. A few possessions into the 4th quarter, just over a minute played. Here's Simons. He's covered by Rondo. Pass to Nurkic. Los Angeles leading by 9. And here's Rondo. Kicks it to Leonard. Back to Rondo. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. 6 to shoot. Morris inside. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively.
The shot by Powell, no good. And he commits the intentional foul. Steve, you look at the large companies being created right now by some NBA players like LeBron and Steph. Talk about the example that sets for kids who look up to these guys.
You know, Kevin, I think it's a great example. Reason why they are showing the next generation of kids that's taking basketball serious that they're more than just a basketball player. They are prepping for life after the game is over, but able to do it while they're playing.
Count the basket.
You know, he was a non-factor in that first half, but now he's making up for lost time.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
You know, he's been a one-man wrecking crew down low. His consistent scoring has dictated the pace of this game. We'll see if they decide to front him, bring a quick double, or maybe even both to try to slow him down.
Big group substitution here for the Clippers. DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for Zubac. Patterson comes in for Morris. George is checked in for Jackson. And it's Patrick Beverly in for Rajon Rondo. Portland also making some changes. Harry Giles is checked in for Robert Covington. Carmelo Anthony comes in for Jones. And Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to listen in on what Terry Stotts went over with his team. He was measured in his words. He told his players, look, we're doing a lot of good things out there, really good things. Stay confident and stay positive in your approach. Trying to keep their hopes up, Kevin.
Thanks so much, David. Beverly wide open. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. And the Clippers lead by 12.
Strong three-point shooter throughout his career. Can't afford to allow Beverly much room from out there.
Here's Lillard. Anthony trying to get open. Yep, that one goes in there.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
George passes to Leonard. 1:41 left in the fourth quarter. Beverly for three. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. And here we go with Anthony running it up the court. Giles kicks to Cantor. And there's the pass to Lillard. Back to Cantor. Stolen by Cantor. To the paint. Here's Lillard. And another make to his scoring column. His fifth basket of the game. Now shooting 5 of 11.
You know he's pulling his weight, but they still find themselves behind.
Outside, George, the three, and the foul called on DeMarcus Cousins. That is his first foul of the game. Zubac is checked in for Patrick Patterson. And then for the Trailblazers, Robert Covington comes in for Giles. And Norman Powell subbed in for Anthony. Covington passes to Cantor. Shoots from 14. Count that one.
Love the patience from Covington. Lets the situation develop and then delivers a perfect strike.
Now, here is George. Shoots the three. That one, no good.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
You want your bigs playing big. Rips it down in traffic.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock, and there's a foul. It's on C.J. McCollum. That's his first foul. 19 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And so they choose to intentionally foul. Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. They're behind by 6. 17 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Guys, your thoughts?
And guys, they need to go for the quick foul here. It's really the only option, and the quicker, the better. They can't let this clock run out.
And now a moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game, Kawhi Leonard.
And he's played this entire game on his front foot, Kevin. I mean, driving the lane, going to the rim with purpose, and getting those points the hard way.
Little passes to Simons. Releases from the wing and drills it. 9 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Leonard kicks to Zubac. From deep three-point range, he can't get that one to fall.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
You know, we're seeing players.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight.
Over the land of the free.
It's time for the NBA, live on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg at GA.
Hey, Kevin.
Terrific. David, thanks. Now, the starting group for the Milwaukee Bucks. Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5.
Here we go.
Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there with Holiday, and it's Middleton in at the 3 spot. And for Portland, pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Nurkic is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Powell in at the small forward. Antetokounmpo dishes to Lopez. Here's Powell. Offensive rebound. And it's McCollum in the corner. And that one goes long. And so Giannis will bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. They defeated Indiana in their last game.
Yeah, and with most of the arena against them, they just banded together and trusted one another to make the right play.
Well, you know, the cohesiveness was evident out there. These guys feel like they can win in any arena, and they proved it that game.
Covington passes to Nurkic. Kicks it to Powell. Here's Lillard. Greg, a game like this, 2 offensive juggernauts going head-to-head. I mean, we're buckled in, ready to go.
Yeah, I mean, listen, the rules favor offense in today's game. That's why league-wide scoring is on the rise, and I would expect we're going to see a bucket or 2 put forth tonight, Kevin.
No doubt. Lillard with it. Coming in off a 41-point performance last game out. It's hauled in by Giannis.
Yeah, trying to get going here, but that's an offer for the first 5 here to start the game.
And Holiday is right there.
He's an explosive, athletic guard, and I tell you, the coaching staff must love watching Holiday in the open court.
DiVincenzo against McCollum. That one's in, his first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
Nice touch there from McCollum. Looking comfortable and confident from that range.
Antetokounmpo inside. Covington's there. Antetokounmpo, no good. Pull-up jumper. Foul, that's good.
And we talk about court awareness. There, McCollum doing a beautiful job spotting the open man.
Antetokounmpo passes to Holiday. Back to Giannis. Whistle blows, basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
Few better than Giannis completing the play. Incredible strength plus excellent agility.
A different look now for Portland. Cantor checked in for Yusuf Nurkic, and Carmelo Anthony is subbed in for Robert Covington. The Bucks also changing it up. P.J. Tucker comes in for Brook Lopez. And it's Pat Connaughton in for Dante DiVincenzo. And there's the call on Giannis Antetokounmpo. That is his first foul of the game. Derek Jones, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. And Fernie Simons comes in for Damian Lillard. And Milwaukee also making a switch. Portis is checked in. And so Holiday will bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. 1:57 left in the first quarter of the game. Tucker finds Portis. Bucks passing it around. That's tipped. Stolen by Cantor. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. Lobs it up for Cantor. And it goes out of bounds. That one's off Anthony. Bryn Forbes, he's checked in for the Bucks. Here is Forbes. He gives the team some steady offense, a bit under 10 points a game. First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. And Middleton kicks to Forbes. They get it back. Right side, Portis. Milwaukee, no good that time either.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Inside, here's Anthony. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
Yeah, just superb focus there from Melo, overpowering the D and still finishes.
For Milwaukee, they've gotten 3 of 8 shots to fall for them here in the first quarter. Teague against McCollum. That one goes. Count it.
Yeah, you know, not every point guard would be able to find an open man right there, but Teague is always looking for the right play.
Portland's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. McCollum feeling it out a bit. Here's Cantor. The shot that time, not on target. Great D that time from Portis. Down low, stolen by Cantor. Deep 2 from Anthony. The putback, and Cantor able to finish.
And usually amongst the leaders in their offensive rebound rate, Cantor gives your team found points off misses.
Teague dishes to Forbes. We've got 22 seconds left in the first quarter. Outside Teague. 6 on the shot clock. It's stolen by Jones. Kicks it out to McCollum. Here's Cantor, and it's McCollum in the corner. 2 on the clock. And there's Enes Kanter on the assist by McCollum. Cantor's got his second bucket of the night.
And that's just all muscle there. Kanter is solid at fighting his way through whatever the D throws at him.
And we reached the end of the first quarter. And regarding the mental aspect of the game, Giannis Antetokounmpo had this to say earlier.
Definitely the game has slowed down a lot for me.
Well, Greg, that might be why they put up so many points. They all know the roles. They've got the right recipe for everything they want to do on offense.
Yeah, his awareness plus unselfishness puts defenders in a no-win situation.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1/4 of action so far. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Trailblazers.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
Yeah, and one thing, Clark, I've noticed is how quick their hands have been tonight. Thanks to that, they've gotten a lot of points off of turnover.
We've got Anthony. He's out there with Derek Jones. Enes Kanter is out there with Damian Lillard. And it's Simons in at the 2-guard spot. That's the group in the game for the Trailblazers. Just 3 to shoot. And here's DiVincenzo from the arc. And it's out of bounds. The Bucks able to retain possession here. A different look now for Portland. Yusuf Nurkic. He's checked in for Kanter. Robert Covington comes in for Jones. And Norman Powell subbed in for Anfernee Simons. Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Lopez, he's checked in for Portis. Antetokounmpo comes in for P.J. Tucker. Chris Middleton's checked in for Pat Connaughton. And it's Holiday in for Bryn Forbes. And the call will be against Yusuf Nurkic. That's his first foul. Just over 1 minute has passed here in the second quarter. Giannis passes to Lopez.
Man, what a special player Antetokounmpo is, sharing the sugar there. The vision he showed, nice job finding the open man.
Giannis Antetokounmpo has said he doesn't want people calling him the MVP because he doesn't want to relax. He said he fears failure, so he has got to get better.
Holiday against Lillard. Takes a 3. Nailed from three-point land.
And when Lillard's hitting the tray ball, it really opens things up for him. As good a passer as he is, he becomes a major headache for the D if he gets hot from beyond.
Outside Holiday. Lets the 3 fly. Buries it from three-point range. Holiday's got 5.
Sometimes trailing in a game, players get sucked into trying to make that home run play.
Yeah, trying to get it all back in a hurry. And you're right on that, but these threes they're taking have not helped. They're trying to catch fire, and they've yet to find the match.
Well, Greg, there's been some debate. What do you think? Is Giannis the best player right now in the world?
I tell you what, if there's a conversation, he has to be in it. You know, some people might go with Kawhi, Kevin Durant. He's coming back. LeBron James is there as well. But Giannis is probably the guy to lead that conversation.
You know, his positioning near the hoop, always to his advantage. Just a terrific job to tip that one back in.
And it's Lillard missing. The Bucks trail. Holiday, 20 points for him last game against Indiana.
And also 4 blocks. I mean, just an important factor on both ends.
And the foul on Carmelo Anthony. That's his first foul. And the Trailblazers making a change here. McCollum's checked in. Middleton against Powell. Tries from 10, and again, it's Milwaukee converting.
I think Middleton is absolutely dynamic and when he's involved in the pick and roll. He's really skilled at his decision making. He knows when to pass and when to shoot.
Here's McCollum. Out to the right wing. Nobody near Nurkic.
Come on.
And so the ball's out of bounds. Middleton touched it last. Simons, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. The Bucks also with the sub. Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for Dante DiVincenzo. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. It's stolen by Antetokounmpo. And Middleton kicks to Giannis. And there's a foul. It's on C.J. McCollum. That is his first foul of the game. And the Bucks making a change here. Forbes checked in. Giannis dishes to Middleton. From the wing, and it's good off the glass. Middleton's got his second basket.
Well, I like the fact that Middleton takes advantage of the mid-range jump shot. When he gets room to pull the trigger from there, he's taking it, and he's almost automatic.
pass to Simons. Here's Covington. They can't stop the run with that one.
And the D does just enough to throw off his rhythm on that shot.
Beyond the arc. Drills it from outside. Forbes has got the lead up to 5 now for the Bucks.
And as a spot-up shooter, guys, Forbes is right there amongst the best in the league, and his movement is what separates him from many. And he gets those chances, he'll convert.
There's 31 seconds left to play here in the half. Portland again missing.
No matter what looks they get, they just can't convert to stop this run.
And, you know, they've got to be careful because this is when the team concept breaks down and guys start playing hero ball.
The Bucks shooting their second and third free throws tonight.
And as a team, really just middle of the pack in terms of their percentage from the line at about 76.
And guys, you know what? That's made things hard for them in a lot of their games. I mean, that inability to convert their chances at the free throw line.
And Portland making a change here. Hollis Jefferson's checked in. And here's McCollum for 3. Milwaukee with the rebound. Antetokounmpo's got his 7th rebound here tonight. The 15-footer. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
One eye on the rim, one eye on the clock.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back. A competitive matchup for Milwaukee in the first quarter. They never put themselves in too much danger. That's all for now.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. You look at Antetokounmpo, and this game has been everywhere.
And the way that he has helped out with the ball movement has been a difference maker early on.
And, you know, that's not a job they ask him to do very often. But in the first half, I thought he was in perfect sync with his teammates.
And Milwaukee, looking at who they've got. Bobby Portis out there with P.J. Tucker. Then there's Teague, and it's Forbes in at the 2-guard spot. Here's Portis, the dunk and the foul, a powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. It goes on C.J. McCollum. And the 22nd pick in 2015, Bobby Portis with a nice shooting touch.
And at the same time, not afraid to mix it up, maybe to a fault. At times we've seen him get caught in the heat of the moment. You got to channel that competitive edge and stay strong mentally. It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Yeah, if that's a harbinger of things to come, he's looking at having a very big second half.
Teague against McCollum. Shoots inside, and Teague finishes inside.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
And there's a foul. It's on C.J. McCollum. That's his 4th foul of the contest. Here's Teague. Left side, Portis. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Tucker. Shoots over Hollis Jefferson. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Derek Jones, he's checked in for Norman Powell. Right around a minute and a half played here in the third quarter. Lillard finds McCollum. Now here's Hollis Jefferson. Tight defense on him. Trailblazers moving the ball around. 6 to shoot. Here's McCollum. And it's in there. McCollum's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
I mean, call him a combo guard to whatever. McCollum is a scorer first and foremost. And when he puts it on the deck, young fella is going to the hoop.
Here's Nwora. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Left side, Portis. And Cantor pulls it down. Cantor's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Hollis Jefferson. The putback, great positioning on the putback.
And those are exactly the kinds of plays that can spark a team. Just solid work down in the paint.
Teague surveying the D. From outside the arc. And Jones pulls it down. Trailblazers trail by 8. There's Hollis Jefferson. And a wide open look for McCollum. The Trailblazers with a new shot clock.
Great job of crashing the offensive glass. He stayed with it. That's hard-nosed, tough basketball.
And so it's Teague with it. He'll bring it up for the Bucks. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. 1:52 left to play here in the third. Here's Portis. Good on the three-point shot. Portis has got 6 points in the quarter. Greg, is a point guard, what is it you like to see from that position on the floor?
I think first and foremost, leadership. It's so valuable at that spot. And, you know, you always got to have your head high because your teammates are feeding off what you put forth in terms of your body language and enthusiasm. So, you know, the typical stuff about organizing the offense and setting the tone on the defensive end, that stuff's important as well. But so much of how you carry yourself out on the floor when you deal with adversity and you know that you're going to, it is really paramount.
Just make sure you keep getting him touches. I mean, you love what he's doing at the offensive end. Don't go away from it.
Trailblazers trail by 8. Lillard outside. Passes it to McCollum. He kicks it to Cantor. Here's Lillard. A 3-ball. And another 3 for Portland.
Right now, the defense needs to do a better job of closing out on this guy. He's heating up from outside.
Bucks leading by 5. Outside Teague. Out to the wing. Here is Forbes. He's guarded by McCollum. Teague kicks to Forbes. The Bucks need to get a shot off here. And Teague, here we go. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down. Teague's got his second bucket of the game to go. Lillard outside. To the inside. Releases. Offensive rebound. And Cantor able to finish.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Outside Teague. And it's good, but hold on. The officials may want to look at that one on the replay monitor. Well, we thought the third quarter was over, but it turns out the officials are going to review the play to see if he released the ball before the buzzer.
And the footage relayed to the officials from the replay.
And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. They're shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance from the field. Back right after this. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Boy, that's a nice asset to have. It's a huge boost to any offense, too. It adds a whole nother dimension when you've got a big guy that can pass.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this fourth quarter. On the court right now for the Trailblazers. They've got Anthony. Robert Covington out there with Nurkic. Then there's Norman Powell. And it's Simons in at the point. Simons surveying the D. Portland needs to get off a shot. Unloads from 9. And no good that time. Good D by Lopez.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
To the paint. Here's Nurkic. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down.
Unselfishness always admirable in a basketball player, and Covington consistent at giving it up when one of his teammates is open.
Giannis passes to Holiday. Down low. Lopez dishes to Antetokounmpo. Nurkic with the block. Here's Powell. Milwaukee with the rebound. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. And Giannis gets it to go on the assist by Holiday. And the Bucks lead by 9. Here's Simons. Pass to Powell. To the middle. Here's Covington. And some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Floats it up there for Nurkic. That shot missing. And Robert Covington picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. And with the frequency of three-point shots skyrocketing, Greg, does the drastic change concern you? And should something be done to lessen the dependence these teams have on threes?
It's crazy. I mean, we're starting to see teams take more threes than twos. You know, some have said maybe limit fouls on three-pointers to only 2 free throws. That might eliminate some of the flopping on those long-range attempts, but I really feel like this is the evolution of the game, and that three is going to be vital.
Here's Middleton. Nurkic with the block. One-on-one here. Powell kicks to Anthony. Portland again missing. Milwaukee leading by 9. Now the Bucks moving it up. Middleton looking it over. Outside Holiday. Back to Middleton. From deep. And again, the Bucks miss.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Here's the pass to Giles. Great tee that time from Giannis. Milwaukee's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. And the jump by Giannis. And that's a double-double for him now. 11 points and 10 rebounds.
I tell you, that's why Antetokounmpo is so feared league-wide. I mean, when he's close to the rim, he's most likely going to flush it on you.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. They're down by 11. 1:37 left here in the fourth quarter. And now we present our New Balance Player of the Game, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
He's put on a shooting exhibition for us here tonight. He's missed a couple along the way, but it sure seems like everything's been falling for him. The only way to keep him from converting is to keep the ball out of his hands.
He silenced this crowd with an unreal display. His ability to drown out the noise and the hostility of an opposing crowd is pretty special.
Boy, how about the effort and energy that time by Covington? Just worked his way right to the glass and got the follow-up basket.
Middleton on the wing. And Lopez has it in the corner. Good, and the assist goes to Middleton. And the Bucks lead by 12.
And these are the types of games where one team clearly has the edge. Tonight, it will be a win by a large margin for Milwaukee.
When you consider the difference in their field goal percentages, the other team has to be happy that this wasn't a bigger loss. This team was on fire.
Yeah, Kevin, it's always frustrating when you can't throw a rock on the ground and the other guys just can't seem to miss.
And these guys already with 45 wins on the year, so tonight will make it 46.
They were really smart in the use of that game plan tonight. Used it in their first 2 games against this team, which equaled to 2 wins.
If it ain't broke, why fix it? I mean, why change anything? Knowing how well they played in those 2 games, they probably couldn't wait for this one to wrap up the sweep of the season series.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Giannis.
Boy, I liked how he mixed it up on the glass. Wasn't afraid to get in there and do the dirty work. Showed some real grit and toughness tonight.
Middleton for 3, and Cantor pulls it down. McCollum from deep three-point land. Three-pointer Lillard. Here's Cantor. Misses.
You know, one of the things that makes Holiday such...
All right, David, thank you. And that'll do it, folks. Coming right up. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K. Let's see the stat sheet here for him.
In the last 5 games, you can see the trend upwards for effective field goal percentage. And it shows you how confident he's playing right now.
Here are the 5 for the Clippers. We've got Kawhi Leonard. Morris is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's George in at the 2 spot. And for the Bucks, Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there with Holiday. And it's Lopez in at center. At this point late in the season, Brent, any danger that contenders that might be coasting can't flip the switch for the playoffs?
Something I really have never felt, Kevin. It's matchup driven when it comes down to playoff time. And I remember doing some work and looking into teams going into the playoffs and did they need to be hot? The numbers say no.
Now the Clippers with it. They defeated Charlotte in their last game.
Well, you look at the points they produced in that game. Great adjustments on the offensive end.
Yeah, never stopped working. One of those games where just everybody was making shots, continual flow, and a very professional win.
Middleton can't get it to go. And so it's Morris with it. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Just a lightning bolt there in transition. No one can match up with Kawhi, especially at his position. That time they pay the price.
Now here is Holiday. Coming off a solid outing against Indiana. It's hauled in by Zubac.
That's 0 for 4 now. Time to slow it down and maybe get the best possible shot the next time down. And Marcus Morris has raised some eyebrows in the last couple of years, just being a much more efficient scorer.
Count it.
Yeah, Paul George anticipating contact, preparing for it, and just how smooth the finish was that, Kevin.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Holiday finds Giannis. the dunk by Giannis.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. And last season, Marcus Morris is named one of the hottest on the trade market.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in Marcus Morris's offseason a year ago. A lot of contenders looking to add him to the roster. Handshake deal with the Spurs, switch to the Knicks, and then eventually traded to the Clippers. So grab your musical chair and try to find a seat.
Here's Holiday after the basket by Los Angeles. He gets it in there. Antetokounmpo's got his second bucket of the night.
How about Drew Holiday? Unselfish, team-first player. Love that from the guard position.
Inside, here's Beverly. The shot's good on the assist by George.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
And here in the first, about 3 minutes in, Lopez kicks to DiVincenzo. And here again, Los Angeles in transition. Up the court they go.
Yeah, they are really starting to push it now.
Bucks trail by 8. Outside Holiday. Passes it to Middleton.
Now working in the mid-range, Middleton finding some ways to play in between.
1:30 left here in the opening quarter. Now here's Beverly. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. George, no good.
The defense better tighten up on the mid-range there. Much tighter. You expect him to make every single one of those.
Zubac kicks to George. Pass to Leonard. Back to George. Zubac trying to break loose. A nice shot by George. George has got 6.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
Now the pass to Holiday. Middleton outside. No good from outside.
This is a rough stretch right here for him offensively. Seems to be rushing shots.
Beverly the pass to Zubac. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. And it's Antetokounmpo with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Bucks. Trailing here by 8. Nice move. It's hauled in by the Clippers. George looking over the floor. Here's Leonard. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. He has 6.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Yeah, if you walked in at any point during this game to watch 5 minutes of play, one team played harder.
And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers going into the break with a 10-point lead. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them.
I know if I put the work in, maybe.
And Greg, that's the humble, hard-working approach we've come to expect from Giannis.
You know, he's not interested in putting himself on a pedestal. Enough people do that for him. He just wants to become the best he can be and win rings.
And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. Guys, what's your take on the Clippers so far?
On the attack, right from the tip, they've been relentless offensively.
Well, just taking it right at the opposition and the other team right now. No answers and no way to slow them down.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. Setting the floor for the Clippers. Batum is out there with DeMarcus Cousins. Then there's Reggie Jackson. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's Rondo in at the point. And Holiday kicks to Portis over Rondo. Kennard with the rebound.
Now that's just enough defensive pressure on him to throw off that shot. I bet he gets a good look at it next time and hits it.
Boy, Greg, there is a lot to like offensively for Luke Kennard.
I tell you, he can shoot it. He's a crafty finisher and really improving as a
passer. The question mark is the defensive end. 6'5" in height and wingspan, not elite tool, so he's got to get by on his instincts and his anticipation.
Greg, you're the all-time assist leader for the Big West Conference. In that frame, talk about some of the traits that make for a good floor general, a good point guard, a good facilitator.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you have to be a leader because that's what the position calls for. Unselfishness, instincts, that stuff matters. But ultimately, your teammates got to feel like you play for them. And that's when you have a chance as a team to be special.
I'm assuming you've always been like that. Am I correct?
No, that is not
really?
true.
Wow.
I evolved into a leader. In all seriousness, I think some guys are natural. Others, like myself, had to evolve into it.
That's the kind of work you want your point guard to do. Sensational ball movement by Jeff Teague there to set up his man.
To the paint. And he gets it to go.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Bucks trail by 17. Teague deciding where to go with it. It's Portis atop the key. Right wing. From downtown. The Clippers grab the miss. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. And Batum kicks to Cousins. Rebounded by Tucker.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And now we get a moment to see the numbers for Rondo. He's putting up about 5 points a game, 4 assists, and 2 rebounds. We know that he can come up with the occasional big play, but his overall numbers haven't been impressive.
There is a bit of a feeling they're all looking to him to step up, and they know he's capable of doing it right now, just not getting it done.
Jackson passes to Zubac. Shoots over Portis. Batum trying to break loose. Zubac no good.
The defense as tough as it comes right there. He's a hard man to deny when he gets the ball to the rim.
Giannis kicks to Middleton. Bucks passing it around. Fires the three. And the Bucks miss again. Los Angeles leading by 15. Here's Kennard. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. The Clippers have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Brook Lopez is checked in for Portis.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
Antetokounmpo against Batum. And Giannis throws it down.
You know how you want to tell people don't let Giannis get too close? Well, one step past half court, he's too close.
Over to the left wing. Lopez with the steal. And here we go, the fast break with Giannis. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
And we say it time and time again, so I'll repeat it. Have to be careful with the ball, or this is what happens.
Jackson, that's good.
Not an easy basket for Jackson. He doesn't shoot a really high percentage, but he does make a lot of tough hoops.
Holiday finds Antetokounmpo. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
And here's Kennard. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. It's stolen by Antetokounmpo. Fast break, Milwaukee by himself. Rips down the breakaway slam.
And how about Giannis putting that 7'3" wingspan to good use to help come up with a steal?
Jackson against DiVincenzo. Kennard kicks to Batum. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
And Antetokounmpo inside. Batum scanning the floor. And so it's the loss. Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back. And Kenny, like Kawhi Leonard, Paul George doesn't show a whole lot of emotion.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. You look at Antetokounmpo really making a difference here.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, just way too easy out there, and I'm sure coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Teague out there with Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Middleton in at the 3. They're the group for Mike Budenholzer starting the second half.
The strength from Patrick Beverley is impressive. Takes the punishment. I don't think he minds it one bit and still converts.
Middleton against Leonard. Middleton the pass to DiVincenzo.
Middleton only takes a second to get that shot off. Such a good catch and shoot game.
And here's George. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. 17 points was their biggest margin. Middleton against Leonard. Here's George. And it's the Clippers scoring again.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
Yeah, he's the guy that you want to go to right now, trying to put this one away.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Well, Greg, with your son getting drafted, you join the ranks of some historic NBA father-son duos.
You know, I got the opportunity to play with Arvydas Sabonis in Portland, and remember DeMontis as a little kid.
No
and now
kidding.
He's an all-star last year. And, you know, I think you're going to have an influx of that in the coming years. Dwayne Wade's son is a terrific player. We know about LeBron's son's ability. He's possibly heading to the league one day. You just never know. I'm as a dad, it's going to get the opportunity to watch his son play, excited, but I think you're going to see more of this in the future.
Cole and Greg Anthony. I like the way that sounds. Teague with a clean look. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Clippers leading by 16. And they double up Cousins. Pass to Leonard. There's the 3. Antetokounmpo pulls it in.
Yeah, just the first miss of the half there. They have to be happy 3 of 4 to start it off.
And we heard Shaquille O'Neal bestow his Superman nickname on Giannis Antetokounmpo, and rightfully so. The Greek Freak, the most dominant paint scorer since Shaq himself.
Here's Teague. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. Teague's got 4 points now in the quarter. And an intentional foul right there.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. Outside, George. And he uses the glass on the layup. George has got 13 points. And watching Antetokounmpo get to the rim can, GA, take your breath away.
Man, he can go around you, through you, or literally jump right over you. Call him the Freak, Superman, what have you. None of it feels like an exaggeration.
Los Angeles leading by 16. Beverley with the ball. Picked up by Portis. No good from Cousins. Milwaukee's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Tucker dishes to Forbes. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. 1:36 left in the third. Outside, George. Leonard looking over the floor. And Beverley kicks to George. And it's George finishing it off.
Well, Paul George taking initiative tonight and going right at the defense.
Bucks trail by 16. Outside Teague. Over Beverly. That shot off the mark. So Los Angeles will take it the other way.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
Morris finds Beverly. Tries again. Morris, no good. Bucks have gone 3 of 7 on field goal attempts here in the second half. Here's Forbes. No good on the triple. Clippers leading by 16. There's 31 seconds left here in the third quarter. George way outside. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. George has got 12 now in this quarter. The Bucks shooting a troubling 38% in the third. Not the finest work of this offense. Teague, the pass to Portis. Back to Teague. To the middle. Portis kicks to Teague. 5 to shoot. Shoots from the high post. And again, the Bucks miss. Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for the LA Clippers. That quarter. And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Bucks trail by 19. Taking a look at Los Angeles. They've got Batum. Luke Kennard out there with Patrick Beverly. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins, and it's man in at the small forward position. Batum with the steal. Here's Beverly. Fires the three. Unable to get that one. Excellent D there from Holiday. Middleton outside. He dishes it to Tucker. Shoots over Batum. That one a little long.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Here's Cousins. Misses the three.
Not great numbers, but great effort in this one. Sounds funny, but I think he's been a positive for them.
They grab their own miss. Lopez kicks to Holiday. The feed to Tucker. Trying to get open is Lopez. Oh, that's blocked. Now Cousins. Passes to Mann. Here's Batum. Shoots over Tucker. A shot by Batum, no good. Bucks trail by 19. The kick out to Lopez. Middleton looking it over. Nice spin off the left rim and in. Middleton's got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for Milwaukee. Pass to Mann. Cousins against Lopez. Shoots from 12. No good from Cousins.
Not a bad shot from the mid-range. The D's giving it to him, and he's usually got an eye in that kind of range.
And that one's good from Connaughton.
Yeah, the D has not been able to keep the ball out of the paint at that end of the floor.
Beverly with the ball. And Holiday picks him up defensively. And now we've got the intentional foul. A platoon swap here for Milwaukee. Up top, Leonard. On the wing, Batum. Los Angeles with another miss.
Yeah, that miss might stick with him for a little while. That's kind of a shoot-around jumper if I've ever seen one.
Giannis kicks to DiVincenzo. Here's Nora. No good on the three. Los Angeles leading by 15. Here's Batum. High post, Zubac. Leonard, that's for two. And Zubac picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. The Bucks have gone 2 of 7 from the field in what's been a cold start to the fourth quarter for them. Outside Teague. From deep three-point range, the Clippers grab the miss. Third minute of action now gone here in the fourth. And then Leonard. Leonard with the dunk.
They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Yeah, looking for a miracle worker out there is the opposing coaching staff. I don't know that they have one. This game seems to be well in hand.
Teague the pass to Nora. Clock at 6. The Bucks need to get a shot off here. And that comes off the assist by Jeff Teague. Nora's got his first 3 points of the game.
Well, Teague has his binoculars on, able to find his man for that open look.
Leonard kicks to Jackson. And there's the pass to Kennard. From past the arc, drains the three-pointer. And the Clippers lead by 17.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for the Clippers.
The biggest factor tonight had to be their great shooting. They shot much better than the other team.
Yeah, they were working hard on both sides of the floor, but that sky-high field goal percentage plus the pressure defense to force the other team into a lot of misses. Love the effort tonight.
And the effort here tonight, adding to the W column for the season. It'll go down as their 48th win.
And bragging rights between these teams were on the line today, and they put in some very good work to earn them.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for George.
Well, those points he had tonight, all critical, all from energy and activity. He just never seemed to stop.
From outside, off the mark. Fast break, Milwaukee. And Giannis throws it down.
Yeah, Giannis has the hard hat on right now, going to work. So good, so long, and just terrorizing the D.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Kennard for 3. They get the rebound. Outside for Jackson. That 3 off the mark. Here's Nora. Teague for 3. Tries yet again. Off on that one. So the Clippers winning this one easily. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Thank you for joining us.